Make sure you're recording overhead.
All right.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. We are live
So,
with the Art
If
Sherpa's
you're
hands.
found this link and you're like, I'm a patron and what is this? This is you getting to see behind the scenes to what it's like when I design and stuff. It's kind of quiet and informal. It's like I invited you into my workspace, my studio while I'm working. I may talk, I may not. John may talk, John may not. Sometimes I go and make coffee. But you can see possible designs. Not everything I do on here will be a lesson in the future. I'm not teaching, but I might, just because it's a habit, sometimes teach, but not consistently teaching. You should not count on that. Don't you feel glad you supported us?
I see Heather.
Yeah, Heather. So we did this earlier for a couple hours, and now I'm here after my adulting today, and I'm going to come back and watercolor some more.
You know what? I think I might leave Heather in charge so I can go make coffee.
Okay. Do you want to wrench Heather or something?
I think I can wrench Heather.
Okay.
She's a very nice wrenchable person.
She's a wrenchable person. Don't do anything crazy, Heather.
You gotta
Be good to the art fam.
gotta help me keep the peace.
And you're
in the
recording
new
overhead
frontier.
for
Oh, we
reels
are.
and stuff.
We
Okay.
are definitely recording the frontier.
Trying to decide.
Turn to the side.
I don't know. I gotta just trying to decide what it is I even want to do
I don't know.
anymore.
You don't know?
No, that's what this is for. This is how I figured that out. So by the
Well, I
time
don't
that they
know.
come and get a lesson, there is something there for them to do. I don't just wake up and go, I know what all people want to paint.
I thought you did.
Man, if I did, maybe, that would be big like Jazza. It would be like, woo, greatest artist in the world, psychically knows what everyone needs to paint, but probably not. Also, the other thing to realize here is that I might sometimes do these differently than I teach it. And that's really because this is where I work everything out.
Work it.
And the reason I have to get quiet some of the time is because, well, I have to figure it out, what I'm doing so that it looks right. Which already I'm not sure if this is going to, but it doesn't matter because it's what's happening right now at this moment. I love this palette. I just wish it wasn't so in my...
You can scoot it over. You got a lot of room now. They don't have to be in your space. This is your working it out space.
Yeah?
Yeah. This reminds me of the early days of our broadcasting.
My last brisket mats has become sculpture. You live there now. Inspire me, sculpture.
Yay! Heather can see my chat.
Is Heather our only guest today?
No, there's others here. They're just
Okay.
not talking.
That's okay. You don't have to talk. So hopefully what happened is that in the group, if you're in the Facebook group, this automatically took you there. You hit the link and it should take you there.
It should.
And I believe that's what's happening. I tested it earlier. If you just clicked go to the class or attend class or whatever, it took you to this space on YouTube.
I don't know. Mom maybe where's Linda Sue? And I think that she may be upstairs chilling out with the doggies.
Yeah, I think we have totally worn out.
She has been booking it.
So a lot of the magic of our retreats are Linda based, and especially when they're just released, it's a good amount of work. And then plus we're doing this in collaboration with my mom.
Yeah.
So I've
Hi,
got
Rhonda.
to make sure that everyone there is okay.
Rhonda's here too.
Hi, Rhonda. Thank you for being here. I'm always so fascinated to see what it is my eyes think that they're seeing versus what is actually here. Already, my eyes have made a very strange choice. That's fine. I accept this choice that I've made. Today, we're going to paint a blue tit.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Could have done it on the OnlyFans, but no. That's for patrons only. You guys should feel super special that we would only do this to you. I just never know, Would I be an Audubon artist? I don't know, John.
I think that you'd be the tongue-in-cheek Audubon artist who only does all the dirty word birds. Somebody would catch on like about the 10th bird. They'd be like, I see a pattern emerging here. What's with the spotted, yeah.
Just kind of thinking about how I want everything. Sometimes you just got to work it out.
She would definitely be playing with the edge of what would be acceptable.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not that I'm G-rated as a person by any means. But I
You play one on TV.
I have kids too, so I get it, and I get kids paint, and people paint with their kids, and you know.
This is not the place for saying base humor words that will make all the kids go hee 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 hee.
Maybe it is, but it's not what I'm doing.
Not today.
Not today. Also, I have to figure out, like, is this going to take so long that it's not useful to have on the channel?
And with that, I bid you all a coffee break. I'll be back.
Are you going to go get some coffee, babe?
Yes, I am. Bye-bye.
I don't know. Is it still working? I don't know. So, fair warning, there might not be. You forgot to give me chat. When you come back after coffee break, give me chat. No, I want you to have coffee. I don't want you to miss coffee again.
More people are showing up. So difficult to see the drawing. All right.
Yeah, no, again, this isn't a class, guys. This is just watching me.
We got adjusted. They got feedback. I can fix it.
They've got feedback. But as long as it's sustainable if it's not a class. It's not sustainable if it's got to be class.
But now they can see the bird a little better.
Okay. It's true. With the watercolor, it's a whole other challenge, isn't it? And then the next challenge is it enough berries? I don't really know. Oh, babe, you know what I forgot? As per always, the paper towels. After you get your coffee, if I could have a paper towel, that would be amazing. You're allowed to talk, and I'm just quiet. Actually, I'm going to go get them because I can't do this. I'm going to get paper towels.
Oh.
No, it's okay. This is informal. I have some in my room. You're out of them. And that's why it's informal. That's why it's not class day, because like that way if I forget my paper towels, I can get up and get them and do stuff and be stuff, and you get coffee, and we don't have worries. Because, you know, paper towels.
Coffee cup.
Paper towels are important. Hi, Twix. Oh, if they would like to see the booklet. I don't know if I just turned my sound off because I just sat on the thing.
What?
I don't know if I turned my sound off because I just sat on the thing.
Oh, I see your sound.
Okay. Later. Yeah.
have to.
Maybe at the end when I get done
You
painting?
don't have to.
No, I don't mind showing them. I'm proud of you. Try to get a better size of round into this. Okay. When later on, John will, after he gets some coffee, he'll make sure that I get a little bit of chat access so I can kind of see what you guys are saying. But right now, I don't yet see what you guys are saying. So that's just something to be aware of. I'm not ignoring anybody. Again, this is in no way a class, guys. It's just watching me design, and I can't promise that any of these will be a lesson. Because I'm fairly sure you're curious what I'm doing there, I'm just kind of playing with alcohol resists using the pouncer sponge just to see how that will play out. I always like to test on different papers to see how it goes over. If it goes over. I'm not sure it did. We won't know till the end. Kind of off my game with my watercolor lately. John likes to get his little coffee on. Unlike acrylic, with watercolor, you can see stuff kind of come and go with me, and it may never make the final space that I even want to be on. And again, when John comes back, he can hook up the chat. This is just like what we talked about, where I'm just working, trying to figure out what I want to teach, what I want to have on the channel, how I want to paint it. What it might look like when I do. There's no chat for me, babe. So it's been kind of quiet for them.
Being quiet.
Well, because I have no chat. I can't see anything but my own hands. I would still probably be quiet, though.
You need me to have something to say?
No, it's just when you get a chance, you may want to put...
I can make a strong statement to kind of talk.
Well, if you feel like you must. Just when you get a chance. Chat might be nice on the screen.
Oh, it's not up there?
No, hasn't been the whole time.
I'm sorry. My bad.
What did you think I was talking about? Oh my
There you
gosh.
go. How about that?
Oh! M. Henderson says, thank you for pulling back the curtain and sharing the process. And I see Heather and Amy and Katie. So, hey to everyone who came into the chat. I do hope this ends up being something everybody likes on the channel. Again, especially with watercolor, guys, you've got to realize that many, many of these will not become anything. It's like a whole thing with me. And Heather's like, we're pretty quiet too. And Cindy says, yay, the piece is taking shape. So good. All right. So everybody's comfortable and you're okay with me being quiet and just doing the process and chatting with each other. It's okay for you guys to chat with each other. Trying to get a good point. I'm glad these are a blessing, Katie. It's just something I've been talking with John about, like what I can do in my patronage to say thank you to you guys, to show you that I'm grateful, to give you something that I don't give to YouTube and would not give to YouTube. Like I would never give this to YouTube, just generally YouTube at large. You know, everything that makes it to the channel has some serious consideration, you know, even if it's just like, well, that's the reference that I'm working from, is very thought out. And as long as it's something the patrons enjoy, it's something I can do pretty regularly because I paint all the time. You know? And that could be something that's unique to what we offer if it works. Hi, Nikki. So, anybody new coming in? This is a watch me paint to possibly, potentially, like kind of like a first look at what might be lessons on the channel. You might hear my children because it is family time now, and we're not really live. I'll tell you right now, I did not love the alcohol and the pouncer effect at all. Should have tested that like a bunch more times. Well, that's what this is. This is I test these ideas, and if they don't work, you don't see them. I think they're okay with not being entertained. I think. I don't know. I hope so.
I'm gonna go look up.
Are ya? That'd be fun.
Because if I can Bluetooth, then they can listen to me talk while I do this and have music mixed in.
Oh, really?
Nobody can hear. Because I can blend in my own music.
Can you? That'd be kind of cool and weird.
I don't know if you know you.
I did not know I could do that. Oh, thank you, Allison. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nikki, and just really everybody. River Jazz says, "Man, I wish I could figure out a schedule so that I could paint more. I find I'm painting less these days, and it makes me sad. But this is relaxing just to watch." Well, one thing you all could do is, you could grab your art supplies and your stuff and just quietly paint in your studio as well. Sometimes artists paint together, just work in little groups. It can be nice. Also, this gives me a chance to see what brushes I like and what brushes I don't like for what I'm doing. And sometimes that's hard to know. Nikki, that's good to read that it's calming. Nikki's going to paint the acrylic Secret Santa while I'm doing this watercolor. So I really want you to know that this is not a deviation from the work process. This is just really just adding you to my work process. This is what I would be doing this evening. I probably do 3 times as many watercolors to get one that I like as I do the acrylics. I'm usually pretty dialed in on the acrylics. That is something that I would say changed about me over my time at YouTube, that I became much more proficient in my acrylic practice. And I'm tuning my watercolor practice back in, which is interesting. It's like already I can tell you I wouldn't do the little alcohol resists at all and doing it again. I would say no, that did not work and I did not like it. Now, what I don't know with you guys is how often you would want to join me in a design session, because I'm pretty consistently designing, working out, thinking about some of the stuff I can't bring any people into because it's just problematic on the way that we're filming it or capturing it. But a lot of it is here at the table. And you'll have to let me know, if it's like I'll do as much as there is, or, oh yeah, this needs to be a limited activity. Oh, that's very cool, Allison. I think teaching kids about bloom is like the best thing. It makes them love painting. Just love it. I'm going to heat my coffee, John.
Okay.
No, you don't have to get it. Like on these, I've got my little sign. I made a sign when I got to go get coffee so you guys can see when I'm going to be getting coffee and I'll be back. So John wouldn't be trapped too much. Just heating it. Thank you. Well, you guys, again, this is a low pressure thing. Like, I'll do it again. If you got to go make dinner, if you got to go take care of kids, whatever it is, feel like you can do that. I'm just working on stuff. And again, it is definitely behind the scenes. Like you'll see stuff nobody else would see. For sure. I would not be sharing that with everybody by any means. And you're just seeing me work out like, oh, I like this brush. I don't like this brush. I want to use this tool. I don't want to use this tool, that kind of thing. If there's something I'm doing that you really, really, really want to see on the watercolor channel, it's okay to let me know here. And again, I'm not doing this for any other reason than it was on the schedule already. And sometimes it's in the space where I'm deciding, oh, do I want to do line and wash? Am I sketching today? How am I kind of applying paint to canvas? Sometimes it's hard to know. Jen Butterfly's like, Heather, see with a wrench. Well, we were kind of like, we know Heather. And she was here first, so we wrenched her. I don't think anything crazy would happen because the way I did the link this time, in that you can find them on Facebook and then locate and kind of bring yourself here, I think is how we're going to do that. Oops, that's too much red. So I do very much like doing birds, just because they're nice, fun, round shapes, and they're very controllable and knowable. The other thing to know when you're doing watercolors, there's this whole very long period where it doesn't look like itself. And you haven't really seen where it's going to go, even though it might seem like you have. Once the alcohol's out of the paper, I can come back in and just remove it with a layering technique over it. How you doing, John?
Huh?
How you doing, babe? Are you looking up the wireless?
Right now, no, but I was doing that earlier.
Oh, okay. I'm not nagging.
No,
I was
no,
just
look,
curious. Sometimes it's hard to get it where you want it to be. Okay, so now I don't hate it. I did hate it, but now I don't hate it. For a whole long part of this, I was like, man, you invite people into your studio and look what happens. Your painting just goes crazy. But now I'm happy with it. I don't know if it makes a good student painting because I have to decide how hard would it be to get here. You wouldn't have to take every detour that I take by any means. Sometimes part of the process of a teacher is just kind of taking those little detours for your students and making sure that the trail that they're on, the path that they're on, is the clearest one for them to get where they're going. So I feel like there's a chance that I could probably do this without, I don't need to do the rubbing alcohol, and there's some differentials. I might use a stronger pencil line in the beginning to hold the bird a little bit for students. I felt that the berries are pretty nice, and I actually rather like this bird. So I feel like I think he'd frame up really well too. Like, I think he'll frame super well. Now, it's not dry, and believe it or not, it's far from being how it'll look when it's done. Even here in the depth of the paper, there's still a lot of moisture. And so the pigment is still being pulled through and softened. When this is entirely dry and flat again, it will have another look past this, which I think generally will be improved. If you have the patience for it, I think I have one more little bird to test in me. Because there was another little bird I was very excited about doing. And I have to allow this to dry here on the surface though, so I'll have to pull another pad out. Hopefully it is paintable. Oh, yeah, look, it's open. Okay. Sometimes I'm always looking like, are you open? Are you being served? Are you free? Are you free, sir? Are you free? Okay, I liked that one. Showing his flops is good to see that sometimes even you struggle. I struggle all the time, Jen Butterfly. All the time. All artists struggle all the time. I think what happens online is artists, because, it's their business, they curate what they offer everyone. They curate what we show you guys, we curate what you guys see, and then in that curation, it looks like things are much more perfect than they are, I think, for people. As a teacher, I try to avoid doing that because, well, that does not help you in any way. It's another berry study, so bear with me. I'm sorry. I'm not as funny as I think I am. Sweetheart, do you want me to microwave my own coffee, or do you want to microwave it for me?
No, you were looking for it.
I didn't say anything until this very exact moment, and I was going to get up and
do another one?
I'm going to do another one. Do you want to stop it and then start it again?
Yeah, and actually, you go ahead and microwave, and you can talk to them while you microwave.
You going to show them the book?
No, I'm gonna adjust the focus.
You should show them the book too.
I can't do that while you're away.
Okay. Okay. I should not overstate it. It's the book-ish. How are you doing, babe? You're amazing. I'm sorry. This traps you here, doesn't it? I'm sorry.
You get in there, and I'll hit record again.
Okay. No, no. All right. Well, we'll talk after about the sustainability.
What we do.
Is what we do. So, like, I say bird, and then what's going to happen is I'm going to actually go a whole different direction than you expect, because I realized there was another thing I wanted to do, and now I'm feeling fairly warmed up. So, let's see what you think of this. Now, understand during the pencil sketch, for sure, this will feel hard to see. And that is a natural part of trying to observe a process, because, well, sometimes process is like that. So I don't have chat again, babe.
Oh, okay.
I totally changed topics on them, and I have no chat. Hmm? Yeah. There we go. Sonali red. Acridone. Opera pink. I'm just giving myself some clean white palette to work. Just so I can deal with some skin tones and things. That's what's actually going on there. If you're wondering. Pretty wetting.
You need anything from me?
Whenever you're up again, I could do a change of water, but I can go get it myself because I have my sign.
Change of what?
Water. But again, when I'm up again, I can get it because I have my sign. Yeah, just that one there. Ashley and everyone's talking about Supernatural. And Heather, you are welcome to stay the whole time, but you are not trapped, just so you know. We have not trapped you into this experience all day. Hmm. What happened?
Move my mouse. Little
lose Patrick Starr. He's wonderful. We loves him.
Over here on my Apple IIgs and all of its 4.5 megahertz mic.
It's true. Some things do not. Robin B. Hi, Cinnamon. I've been with you the whole time. This is so awesome. I vote yes for the bird you did. Excellent. I like the bird. It had an awkward moment, but then it kind of came together, and I was like, okay, well, maybe you want to be here. I kind of see you.
You were done with your
Oh, you have to wait for my show to be over?
project.
Ah,
Sending him a Sennelier banner.
a Sennelier banner.
Happy holiday banner.
Dot Matrix?
Huh?
Of your weird old vintage printer?
Yeah. You can have the nice big runner that hangs in the office. Happy holidays. I may send him happy.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's just on with the
And she can come through.
come through.
Hi, Nikki. Just working on my Saint. I think this will end up being a line and wash, but I have to do it backwards to make it a line and wash for you guys. If it works. Might not work. Yeah, I just gave them a free program that they could. Never mind. I don't know why I'm yelling over there. I don't want to yell. At Canva, yeah, just because they had.
Mom's figured out all of the, the desktop publishing tools for it. So she knows how to stroke everything and lay it out. And all the girls were like, "Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this?" Because she knows how to make it go.
Well, the reason I had recommended Canva.
Yeah, I know. As people level up, we'll get more tools.
No, nothing's going to bother me over here. I think I am super deep into what I'm doing over here and thinking about how, because I want to make it like a really fun line and wash. So if you're here watching in the Patreon live stream, to do the line and washes for you guys, I actually paint them and then line them, and then you come back and we line them first and paint them, and that's how I'm able to help you guys get really successful with that. Is my trick. Thank you, Ashley. I'm glad you enjoy the process. It's just relaxing. Well, and this is how what is it they saying? The biscuits get made, the sausage gets made. But I wouldn't make sausage, so we'll say biscuits. Because if I had a pig, it would absolutely be my pet. I would completely fail at the job of turning it into food. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I come from farming people, and they were very able of doing that. I just did not inherit the skill.
You know that LQ is a large format, high resolution dot matrix printer.
Are you asking me if I know that, like, for real?
I'm excited about it.
Oh, why would I know that?
I can do fine art prints in dot matrix.
You should get in on those NFTs before they vanish.
You over how awesome this printer is.
Huh?
I can't hear you over how awesome this printer is.
Oh, Ashley, totally not teaching, but the colors were I got into my burnt umber, transparent pyrrole orange, opera pink, quinacridone magenta, and nickel azo yellow, and I've been playing through those. It's just like I was making notes. I suppose you could watch along with these. I mean, many of you have been paying with me more than long enough where you could watch along and not really need anything else to completely gather what was happening. I don't know if we have the palette even on the camera. And it wouldn't bother me at all, just so y'all know. That would not be upsetting to me in any way. Because honestly, guys, when I started this, I didn't even know where I was going. I was just like, I'm going to do bird. Wait, no. I think I'll do a vintage Santa because we need one for the watercolor channel and it goes with the other vintage stuff we've been doing. And wouldn't it be lovely to have one? And sometimes removing paint is as powerful as putting paint down. Hi, Patty. Patty, how are you doing? I have loved all of the pictures lately. Very exciting to see. Ashley, thank you. I am loving the colors of this one too. When I was doing my vintage research, I realized there were so many pink Santas out there. And I was like, you know, we don't have a pink Santa. No, we don't. And we need a pink Santa. Yes, we do. And so I kind of got into that little research concept and I've been sort of like, just looking into that idea. Crystal, I hope you're okay painting all day. Crystal, this is my everyday. This is every day. So much stuff that I do just never makes the cut to what I would put on the show. You have no idea like how much I'm like, yeah, it doesn't need to be here. And I feel like it takes you gotta give things a few tries to get something that you're like, yeah, this really is it. Poor baby. Yeah, I do remove a lot of paint when I'm painting. I do probably too much, but oh, Colleen, thank you. Colleen likes the Santa. Colleen can tell you this is sort of my everyday. I do like the light pink hat again. And again, I fully intend to finish this out as a line and wash so that when we come back and do it, you guys can do it really easily and you'll just be like doing the lining first and then the watercolor second, which makes it much, much easier. And then once you do that with me, you could come back and watch this because you'll be like, oh man, that's how she got that one part done. I'm pretty pleased that there's not going to be that many places that the inking is going to be completely needed. You have? How many now? It's almost like we don't have a YouTube channel we're trying to run.
Going to be a printer repair person.
I mean, if this YouTube thing doesn't work out, you may end up doing that.
Have a 40-year-old printer, I can fix it. That's a marketable skill.
Oh, sure. When the great solar flare comes? Yeah. Okay. I am not unhappy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry it. And then I'm going to hit it with some white highlights. And then I'm going to black line it. And we'll see how it comes out. Actually, I think I'm going to add more blue to the eyes a couple places because I want them to be a little more vibrant than they are.
I was realizing I know some stuff.
Okay.
Well, electric in the basement. Just based on what you just did, I can see some things that I need to.
Oh, I mean, I almost just shorted out the house.
No, it's fine. I just know how the circuits work in the basement, so I can change how they're running to the substation.
Oh, that's kind of super funny, just so you know. Okay, that try again. With what shall I ink today? Not the chisel. Is this a brush marker? Okay, it's pigmented ink. Yeah, I'm kind of just being. Crystal Blake says it's hard to hear you. John's going to get some wireless. We're going to figure out how to maybe hook up some wireless kind of mic on there so in future versions of this we can hear John as well as me. Because he's always talking to me while he works. But that might be more challenging for you. And Chris is like, oh, it's behind the scenes. Yeah, we're super behind the scenes right now. So when you see this lesson maybe go up on the channel, you'll be like, I know how that was created. I know how that was made. And when we go to make it, you know, it will look, it will be so much easier to do. So I can take this very challenging painting and drop it down into that 1 and 2 hoot range by making this an ink and wash.
if I can get my headphones. We'll check some things.
So for me, this was the winner of the day. I'll have to post the mushroom when I get it finished for you guys. And I'll talk to John about when he feels like he can supervise one of our streams. And then I'll put those events in the group. And then those links will just take you here. Oh, Crystal Blake, thank you so much. I appreciate that you feel that draw well. Sometimes I forget that I do. Just like anyone else, I think I can get caught up into the really dangerous comparison game that all creators fall into. And, you know, I will question if what I'm offering is, you know, what needs to be offered or the best that can be offered. Oh, I'm not using the Faber-Castell ink pen. Today I grabbed the Le Pen drawing. I feel like I tested if it was waterproof, but when I do it with you guys, I'll be doing one of the Pitt pens, because those are definitely, the Faber-Castell Pitt pens are absolutely waterproof, and I know that for sure. I really dig it when I do loose flowers and then I ink them.
Alright, well, I gotta get a Bluetooth gizmo.
Very much dig it. I want to be like you when I get younger. No, I think it's part of the artistic process to every once in a while go through periods where you do wonder and you question yourself a little bit. Getting comfortable with those moments keeps them from becoming maybe too much to handle. Okay, this is just my favorite now. I did not know, like, from whence this came, but now I am so happy about it. I was like, where am I going with this? I honestly, in the beard part, I was like thinking about all those Instagram photos of men with beards and Pinterest posts of men with beards. And I just thought, you know, what if Santa was one of those, you know, men with beards? I mean, flowers in his beard, men with beards, but you know, flowers in the beard. And so that's sort of like what I was thinking there. I like that because the pen light and stays light. All right, so once, so if you're wondering what this one is, this has a very nice responsive brush nib. It's super delicate. I wouldn't normally recommend it for a total beginner until you have control over your pressure because it's real easy to bend out the nib. But if you can keep a light hand and a steady hand and you're looking for a really responsive pen, this is pretty terrific. Now, you could use your gel pen here or your paint, but I'm going to use my paint. I'm going to put out a little bit of acrylic, and I'm going to get one of my acrylic brushes out because I don't want to mess up my watercolor brushes. And not that it would kill them from one-time use, but I'm in the habit of protecting them. Put a little shine on his nose. And a little bit of shine on the lip. And maybe at the top of the ear as well. I'm happy with it, guys. I think this is definitely gonna end up being something on the show. So I'll put him up pretty imminently. I've got the trees on Wednesday, so I will tuck him in. Maybe I will do this instead of one of the acrylics, because I kind of want to paint him and share him, because I'll turn this into a traceable, and then that will become the basis for the ink, and then you guys get the Pitt pen. Get a brush tip Faber-Castell Pitt pen, because those are completely waterproof. If you're really stuck, sometimes Sharpies are as well. So it can be hard to find a good one that doesn't run. And then if you do it where you pencil it out and then you ink over that, then this watercolor part becomes almost foolproof. You can't really goof it, because those anchoring lines are there to help guide you through. So this is my work day. What it is like pretty much every day. And, you know, maybe we'll meet on Sunday or Thursday or something. Does my mom do watercolors? My mom can do watercolors. She's super capable of it. She used to do watercolors a lot more when I was young. And has not so much recently. I don't know if she's going to do watercolors at the retreat. I'm going to send her a set, and she can do it if she wants to. What I'm going to do is send her all the art materials, and then she'll make her lessons for that. So I don't know if we'll see that there. I'll be doing some watercolors at the retreat. Here's the bird we did earlier, which we thought was pretty okay. And then there's this. So I feel like we've got some upcoming stuff on the schedule. You know, that we could do. I want to get him up sooner than later, because he's kind of like seasonal. Where did I get my fabric watch strap? We got these on, John?
What?
Where did we get the watch straps for my watch?
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon. And they just were for the threes. It said that. It, like, you just went number 3, or you told it what watch it was, and then it said it would fit. John has one too. It is the only way I can do this, and I am doing all these like healthy life choices, and so I met with a nutritionist, and I am doing physical therapy, which I have to say I am so about physical therapy. It has made such a difference in my mobility. I didn't think it would make any difference, and it's been amazing.
We have to get you a set that actually I think they have to get a set for your size. See, those are my size.
Oh, so you got colored covers too, so you can change out his color cover to match his thing and also protect it.
So I don't think that these.
Thank you so much. So this and this was today, and I'll have to figure out the schedule, and I'll go look at the calendar and plan out the live streams on the Watercolor channel, and maybe someone will come watch them. I don't know. And then I'll finish up this Saturday's painting, which is the mushroom and the fairies. And I'll see when John's up for watching us again, and I'll throw up an event, and you can come or not come. It's no pressure. I'll just do them, and then they'll be there. And if you want to see how the not sausage gets made, because you want to show them what you did? You want to see what John was doing?
They care about that.
No, but you know what? It's your art project. Come here.
Hold on.
You don't want it to get damaged. I just feel like they might.
You know how unobtainium.
Well, you can. I think you need.
cartridges are?
I think you need to get on the mic and tell them explain your artist statement with this. So, I can't. I need your help to hold this out because they can't see what it is. So, John is doing this.
Let me switch the camera.
John is doing this for. Oh, and I was recording. Were we recording the whole time?
We're recording the whole time.
Yay! Will not be a hard edit for you at all. Gosh. When the reels become our hardest thing. I don't want to get it in any of the paint.
Ow!
Did you just drop the hairdryer on your foot? Don't cuss. Don't cuss. Don't cuss.
Ow!
That looked like that super hurt you.
That super hurt.
That's why I wear shoes in the house.
All right.
Okay. So,
So, have to kind of see.
this is what John's been doing with his free time. This is John's art. So part of John's art is that he figured out how to get this old dot matrix printer to work again, which has been a big drama in the Facebook groups because apparently he he toppled years worth
No.
of belief and thinking around what you could do with these printers and how you could get the ink and how you repaired them because he didn't know. So there's all this drama about that. And then he's sending his friends these cards made with this old vintage dot matrix printer because you couldn't get the colored ink for them when they came out, let alone now. So he had to Patty gets this, because Patty works in old tech. So John's been making cards with it.
Well, I've been learning how to do it.
And these will go out to his friends from his old computer and gaming life, who will all think this is super duper cool. So, I mean, I actually think it's kind of amazing. I really do.
Okay, so Donna says, show that again. She's talking to Andrew right
now.
now.
Andrew? Okay, Andrew.
Psst. I don't know. So this was supposed to be like a thing I'm sending to him.
No, doesn't she mean like her?
He's on right now, so this
Oh.
was going to be sort of a surprise to him. So I mean,
we think about you in the off time, outside of business,
it's
my
part
friend.
of my little project.
Outside of business, my friend, we think about you. So that's what John's been working on today, and I got 2.5 paintings done. I do have to add the fairies. I think on the mushroom. I think they need the. Patty would like you to make her a card and
I
send
see.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Fans.
Since you're our Uber patron, for sure. There's a level of patronage where you just get to be like, "That's mine," and it just is. So 2.5 paintings for me, and 3 things printed for John, plus the repairs.
No, this was
you
just
want
the
to
one
tell
thing I
them
printed.
about? Can you tell them about the drama about this in the
sure.
groups? Tell them about the drama
So,
while you look at my art.
let me go get a thing.
I'll show you the other one I did earlier, just in case you weren't here this morning. I'll show you the acrylic that I did earlier while John's getting his thing, and he can explain the intense drama that it all is. Okay. Because then they'll go, oh, that's what you did earlier. And so this is 2/3 of a painting done from earlier. It's going to have 3 little angel fairies around the mushroom, kind of, I don't know. This is a Christmas thing. Vintage Christmas inspired. So that one today. And then you guys joined me for this. And then you joined me for this. So this is a lot of the type of time. When I say I make people paint for 5 hours on the art retreat, I'm not kidding. You're allowed to leave though. We don't make you stay, but it's 2 sessions of pretty long time. Pretty long time for sure. I think he's got to go up this weekend.
All right.
Okay.
So you'll have to move your things. So I don't want to get
I
potential
will
ink
move
on it.
everything.
You stay right here.
Okay.
So what happened was originally Apple. I got into Apple vintage products, which some of you guys may have
Can
seen.
you sit here and I'll put these away?
I don't know
and
if
you
I
can tell
sit
them.
there, but I can.
Oh, you
standish
can't.
there.
You have a cord.
So I can kind of lean over here.
You can standish there.
So, and the thing was about these old Apple dot matrix printers is that the cartridges are all old and dried out. Well, complicatedly so. And so the original Apple cartridges, which this is, were built in such a way that inside them they would break down because they had a little tiny wheel-driven system that would deteriorate because the wheels were made of foam. And then you couldn't re-ink it once those little foam wheels deteriorated because they would disintegrate inside the cartridge. And I'll show you here what they meant. And so everyone had determined that this type of cartridge which you can see here currently has little rubber vite hung.
Do you want to have
wheels.
my mic?
No, it's
because
okay.
I can go like sit and everything. You
See,
can have my
that's-
mic and you can sit down and
It won't
explain the
take
whole
me a
thing.
second. This is it.
I don't mind. I'm not rushing you. I'm just
okay.
offering you comfort.
So, no, I'm good. But, so they thought that all of the ones that could be reloaded were the kind like this, which have... Inside this, you'll see it has a little different mechanical advanced system where it uses some gears. So what happened was is that most of the black cartridges like this were gear driven, and only the original Apple ones and the Apple Color cartridges used a foam wheel that would deteriorate, and so you couldn't re-ink them. This one will still advance with that in there, but these would deteriorate. So I was like, can't you just replace the little tire thing? And everyone was like, I don't know. So I just took one apart, and I did. I took out my little box of O-rings, found one that fit, replaced 8 of them, put them back together, and it works great. As a matter of fact, it works so good on this black one that...
We're still kind of going, but you can be here. It's okay.
There's Luna just came in.
That looks amazing, but I really need to get my friend up.
Here, I'll mute you over
Can
there.
you calm down.
There you go. She's got a little friend drama happening. But yeah, so I mean, it wasn't totally rocket science. I just was like, if I fix this thing, then it works. And so I guess as there is in all vintage communities, there was feelings about this because there's a group of people who went and reproduced old cartridges, and they felt that you should buy new cartridges that they produced, even though you couldn't figure out where in the world they were even selling them. So I was like, all right, that doesn't really matter because you can fix them and they work. Yeah, so that's it. This is just a little summary of what I did, and I've learned how to fix a bunch of old printers and do a bunch of stuff like that.
Like your craftiness, John. They like your craftiness so much. Look at the craftiness.
Once I get, see, the thing is that what I like about this allows a whole bunch of people to reuse a bunch of their old equipment. So I've got a bunch of, I'm trying to get what's called an Image Writer LQ, which is the big printer. And as soon as I get it, I'm gonna probably do a video on how to rebuild all the cartridges of this line.
So John also has been working hard at getting our ring binding together so that we could start producing books that were printed by us that
those are all machine made.
Now understand you can print out all these mini books for free. We didn't want to put you in a position where to have the book you had to I don't know. We always like to open source everything because you never know where somebody is at. And look on this is this is the acrylic beginner painting course, and there's even the Q&A, huh?
You can fold those page backs if you need to.
Fold what pages?
It folds back.
Oh,
flat.
So like you can even see the Q&A. Where would you find your very first watercolor tutorial? Like anything we asked in the show. And then of course it talks about you guys, which we couldn't do any of this without you. Like at all. Any of this stuff without you. Like literally your patronage is why I can sit and paint all day like I just showed you, so that we have like 3 paintings to get 1 painting out on the channel. Though I think today was pretty productive.
So those are all little prototype booklets.
Like if you wanted to see like this was the last one. And so the little cover talks about the Goldilocks zone, talks about materials, talks about the step, and gives a discussion. Like it's sort of like really cool, and then all the steps are like in there, and they're pretty big. Like
not just dot matrix printing.
Not just dot matrix printing. So John refurbished a bunch of stuff so that this was possible.
So that had a digital press that prints the high resolution. It's a 1200 DPI laser printer in 4-color separation. Blah, 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 blah. So it does that. And then we got a punching machine, which goes and it eats at the paper and it punches all the holes. And then we got another machine. It's that spiral binding machine.
Yeah.
And you put the paper in there and it goes and it sucks it in there and it spits a thing in it and it spits out a book. It's cool.
So, I mean, if you ever wonder, like, what it is that your contributions and your generosity does, it's this. It does. You do this. We could not do this without you. All right. I don't know. Did we? Oh, I think this one.
I like that one because it's on the 32-pound paper, so it doesn't bleed through.
So this name credit here is to all of our fur babies, but usually it's one of you guys have named it, and you get your name credit right on the cover.
Mhm.
I don't know. Weird thing that we offer to our patrons. Name credit on the downloadable. So that's so strange. Early information and all that. So thank you, Robin. Robin says it's an honor to support us.
Let's, guys, it's.
Oh,
it's
Ashley says didn't want to say anything, but I'm literally sniffling, and Eric asked me if I was okay. She's okay, Eric. She's all right. So, yeah.
What did that painter lady do to you? Why are you crying?
Yeah. Why are you crying? Because it's so much love, and it's real here.
Then
It's
you're
for
like,
real.
he printed 9-pin dot matrix. And they're like, I don't understand this stuff, man.
But it is really cool. Okay, so guys, watch the group, the Facebook group, and I'll put up an event for when we're going to do the next You Watch Me Paint. And that way I'm giving you guys really cool extra bonuses for your wonderful generosity, and also getting work done that I've got to do for the channel. And so I'm not like
pretty one on top.
Okay, I'm not layering, because sometimes I just Donna will tell you I sometimes do too many individual things, and I've got to get better at working in a layered, smart way instead of just a unique way. All right, you
It's been an
guys
all-hands production of
get
the Art
some
Sherpa.
sleep, and I'll figure out when those things go up, and be good to yourselves. Seriously, and be good to each other. And I do super want to see you at Anizo really soon. Bye-bye.